Hey, what is up, everybody? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. As always, we've got our special guest for this run, Speedrunner0218.
I'm special today.
It's special because the other guest failed out.
Hey, he has a very important concert to attend to.
Yeah, the concert that I had to miss because I went on vacation. I wanted to see it so badly. He's getting to see Sum 41, and I paid over $100 for tickets to Sum 41, and unfortunately I had to let the tickets go to waste because I scheduled a vacation at the very same time and didn't know.
So you couldn't just bail out on the vacation?
Well, normally it's not a big deal if you let concert tickets go to waste, but this is their final tour, and they've advertised their final tour. They're breaking up.
Jeez.
And they're not like 70 either, so like they're not coming back.
They'll be out of money soon. They'll come back.
No, they're just gonna join different bands. But anyways, today we have Kingambit, or Kingambit, if the name is.
I think it's 2 words.
Got a real Fraligator situation because its name's kind of short.
That's because it's 10 characters I couldn't put in the space.
No. I'm saying Kingambit. You can fit all of those letters, so it's done like that on purpose.
My audio's not coming through on the stream.
Weird.
Oh, it's the default mic.
Yeah,
all right, you hear me now? Okay, for some reason OBS had a default to the default mic, and my voice is not coming through. Oops.
All right, so do you want to explain the backported moves for today?
Oh yeah, sure. This Pokemon's Kingambit. It's the evolved form of Bisharp, which this Pokemon was introduced in Gen 9. The method you have to evolve Bisharp into this thing is honestly kind of annoying. To evolve I know this isn't the moveset, but it's part of the story. To get Bisharp to evolve into Kingambit, your Bisharp needs to defeat 3 other Bisharp in the wild that are the leader of like their own little platoons. Kind of like you gotta like take out the local gangs and you become king. And that's like how you evolve it. It's kind of funny. And also, I just found out when researching this, there's actually an ancient move in chess called the King's Gambit, which they did in like the 1800s. I did not know that.
There's actually a TV show that's almost by the same name called Queen's Gambit, and it's about chess.
Yeah, the King's Gambit's an old move in chess, but anyway, the 3 backported moves. We are backporting, Metal Sound, Night Slash, and Cow Toe Cleave, its signature move. Metal Sound will reduce the opponent's special defense by 2 stages, which I think will have some niche uses in the run. And Night Slash is just a 70 power clone of Slash that's a dark move. It's just a clone of Slash, obviously.
Not a clone, and it has 5 less PP.
Shut up. And Cow Toe Cleave is a 85 power move, 100 accuracy. It only has 10 power points. It never misses though, so it's like a very powerful feint attack, but we get it so late in the game, and since all dark moves are special in this game, with how low our special attack is, we're probably never going to use it. This Pokemon's going to suffer badly from the pre-physical special split, because all of its good moves are physical. Kind of like a whole Sneasel situation.
Yeah, well, it's really unfortunate, but on the bright side, you know you're not going to be using special moves, because unless they're quadruple effective, they're never going to be more powerful than your physical moves.
Dominic says, I have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual strategy deck called Fuck You Final Demise Gambit. I don't get it. But, I gotta set up a poll.
Well, anyways, this run, as you can tell by our level 64 move, probably won't be too hard. However, you will have to get to level 64, so you absolutely cannot complete the game without picking up candies. You must pick up some.
What's the move we get at 64? Oh,
Sword Stance.
Yeah,
so
it's a shame we're not going to get that till the last minute.
If I recall, if you were to play this game at basically minimum battles, you get to red at 61. So at the very least, you have to pick up 3 candies.
Are you keeping the experience group into account when saying that?
No,
Or are you assuming
I'm
slow
pretty
group?
sure it's slow group, so it might even not even have to
So
pick
it'll
up a
be more.
candy. But at 50
Uh,
speed, I'm picking up all the candies anyways because speed is not easy to come by.
yep. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started.
All right, I'll
All
start
right.
vertical.
Oh, I'll need to do that too.
All right, hello everybody on the vertical. If you want to go over the moves and stats, make sure to check out the horizontal stream. For now, we are actually going to go ahead and get started with our run. Today, we're going to be playing Kingambit. Unsure if it's technically 2 words or not, but
It is 2 words. It's spacing for Gen 2. All right, ready?
okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure to say no to being a boy again.
Always do. I think it's impossible not to because I just hold no. Whenever text pops up on screen, I just hold no.
Also, hello, Kiwi and Dominic and Temporally Chaotic.
All right, now that I told Professor L no 3 times, we're good.
Also, the Kingambit front and back sprite, I based it off of a Gen 3 sprite somebody made. The downscaling wasn't the issue. The issue is that this Pokemon has so many colors that I had to choose just 2 main colors, and the sprite doesn't really look too good.
Ooh, interesting. I wonder if it's part of the game or not, but it looks like a beetle.
I think it's just because it's always sitting down, and it's got a big shell, so
Well, it's
probably just happens
actually
to look
the
like it.
curvature that makes it look like ears that make it look like a beetle.
So, are you gonna have Metal Claw in slot 1? Because I'm pretty sure Metal Claw has more effective power than Headbutt.
It does by 5, but I'm gonna take the 5 less accuracy of headbutt, or sorry, the 5 more accuracy of headbutt over the 5 more damage of metal claw.
But Metal Claw is more PP.
This is true, and you know what I say about metal claw? It's the only move between you and Scyther that can make it dang it, Scyther's evolution that can make you defeat Morty.
Scizor.
Scizor, yeah, it's the only move that can beat Morty.
Did you make sure to teach Bide?
I thought about it, and then I thought no.
But you're supposed to. What would Brock say if he found this out?
Brock would probably find out very quickly that there are a lot of Bide TMs in Cerulean City.
I wonder what Ganon is up to. You don't have to worry about that because this is not Zelda.
Can you imagine, like,
Hello, Annie.
I don't know, being a person who hands out slips of paper and then finding out a block later the trash can is full of your slip of paper? That's how I like to think about the Bide TM. If Brock were to ever travel to Cerulean City and go to the Mart would have an abundance of Bide TMs.
Why? Because you always sold them?
Well, just in general, I'm saying so many people don't want Bide, don't even want to test Bide that that they're paying less for the TM in Cerulean City.
Hey, I'm just saying, water types that only know Bubble really do love the move Bide for Misty, because it lets them get Bubble Beam. Hello, Mariah. Teach Lear. Did you also make sure to headbutt the tree? Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you dropped out because you weren't answering.
No, I'm bringing up your stream just to make sure that I'm up. Okay, there we go. I had to make sure you were muted on that stream too, so that way you weren't double coming through. You're too low of a level.
That's just the level Kowtow Cleave ended up being at. Oh, what? You think I should go to Bellsprout Tower really quick?
You should probably just do a little bit more training.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Well, that's unfortunate. I lost. I see that you won, and you have no idea the struggle that is getting hit by Mudslap more than once.
Dude, he only spams Mudslap. I've been hit more than once.
Yeah, well, you know what? I missed so many times I went through all my headbutts.
Oh, I just used Metal Claw. I wanted the extra power. Also, make sure you get the Paralysis Cure Berry. You might need it.
I pick up that every single run, no matter if I need it or not.
Even if in the second run you realize the Paralysis Cure Berry has no use, you still get it anyway?
100% of the time, yes.
Funny. I often do that too. Hey, I found a use for Fury Cutter. Oh, Area 91, thanks for becoming a member. I believe you have been a member before. I believe that's a renewal.
Yeah, I believe he's at he's about 6.
You have the Surge badge.
Yeah, he's at like 6 months on mine.
Well, yeah, thank you for renewing.
You gonna get Swift? Oh, actually, I don't think we get Swift. Never mind.
I mean, even if we did, we have Headbutt. Also, surprisingly, like, when we looked at how insane this thing's stats were, we assumed this would be in the slow group, but Kingambit is actually in the medium-fast group.
Yeah, I don't...
So, if you take that into account, our stats are extremely good.
Like, I have a feeling that... Was it? Stuff that got later evolutions weren't accounted for in the speed groups. So stuff like Electivire and Magmortar just have higher stats overall because they weren't... Like, they gave them more stats, but they can't change the level up group. Because 555, that is really, really up there. I mean, 600 is a legendary. 555 is basically a legendary, but we get medium fast.
Right? Yeah, right. You left your wallet at work one day and you thought you lost it, so you had to cancel your card. Oh, okay. Dang, that sucks.
Interesting.
I've only ever lost my wallet and had to cancel a debit card one time. And I was still in high school, so like I haven't owned a debit card for very long. And the reason I had to cancel it, I lost it, I couldn't find it, but because I remember I was at a friend's house, and then that was the last place I had it. I'm pretty confident what happened is I accidentally threw it away, because I remember I had a plastic bag full of garbage, and I think I may have actually put my wallet in there and not realized it. I was a bit upset because I had a free $20 Conoco gift card that I won at my school from a raffle. So I was actually going to use it at some point, and I lost it.
What's that?
So I ain't gonna get my $20 of gas money.
That's what it is. Okay.
I said Conoco.
Yeah, well, that is something I've never heard of in my entire life.
Oh, it's a gas station. It's probably not. They probably aren't in Ohio.
Yep, sounds local.
But I don't know. I see them everywhere. I see them in like California as well.
Have you ever heard of Get-Go?
Good point.
Get-Go's are everywhere in Ohio. They're a giant Eagle-based gas company. And
interesting.
you've probably heard of Giant Eagle.
It might just be a Pacific Northwest gas company. That's why I've only seen it in the general area.
Ghastly came up on every move by moveset except for Metal Claw dropped.
That's funny.
Fury
Can you imagine if you chose...
does 2 damage.
Can you imagine if you chose to delete Metal Claw, not realizing what you did? That'd be funny.
Fury Cutter does a whole 2 damage.
2 power or 2 damage? Because there's a difference.
Oh, yes, power.
Ah, crap. I talked to the Farfetch from the wrong side, and he ran to the right, so I had to like go talk to him again.
Did you get an Oddish or a Bellsprout?
I got a Bellsprout. Are you gonna get Headbutt? This thing learns it.
That's a good question.
This be you're from Portland. The accent. Okay, I'm not from Portland. I've never even been to Portland.
What's wrong with Portland?
The fact that it exists. It's Portland. You know how many cities in the US are named Portland? Kind of insane. There's also a lot of Springfields too. You're potentially seeing Rain Dance for Red's Charizard. That won't be necessary. I would probably just rather get a Quick Claw Clutch, because, I mean, we're gonna have Swords Dance return, and we have a high amount of HP. I'm sure we can survive one Flamethrower. Abra.
Oh, look at the one haircut.
Oh, I just skipped it. You've been telling me to, so I started doing it.
I started doing it for
skipping
all slow level up group Pokemon, which is what we typically do. Because there's always the chance I could get return on these non-slow level up group Pokemon.
I mean, I probably don't want return till after Chuck, because I plan to hold on to Headbutt.
That's true, I do too.
Good news, we can one-shot the Magmars. I need to look at the EM set. Okay, we actually do get Dig, so I might actually go get that. I mean, Rain Dance could still potentially help with the Charizard, because I know we can just buy it at the department store. The department store in Celadon. Because I guess that would be better than trying to get like a 23% Quick Claw. I mean, I'll probably get it for the first run, but I won't teach it, because if we can survive one, then it wouldn't really matter.
Area 91, why is Valentine's Day going to be so brutal for you? Isn't like, you know, going out to eat and essentially chocolate and maybe like a card or something? I don't know. It's literally been a decade since I had a girlfriend.
It's been about a year. How are you, Steve? I'm doing okay.
Don't you hate it when you're in front of Voltorb guy and then you want to go in your menu and then you realize Magmar guy just saw you?
I fought him on purpose.
Area 91. Is that for real? You're not
is he
kidding?
doing a member suggested run?
No.
Oh, I thought he was trying.
He's serious apparently. I can't get one. This guy's got 5.
I've had 5.
He must have a really good job. That sounds real expensive.
Valentine's Day is going to be painful because my girlfriend's birthday is the day before and Valentine's Day is the day after. Oh, yay, twice the gifts.
even Annie's like, what? This guy's hogging all the girls. I couldn't help but notice we're not anywhere near 50 speed. This is concerning to me.
Aren't I the one who just told you before the stream you don't need to worry about Morty?
I need to worry about getting 50 speed.
You know what's funny? You always tell me I'm super paranoid about paralysis, yet you're paranoid about sleep.
This is not about paralysis. This is about getting hit by curse on Haunter. Are you something?
It's I believe his faster Haunter does not have curse. I think it's only the slower one.
The first one, you mean? The one that I'm more terrified of?
But isn't it the second Haunter that has the 50 speed? Not the first one?
The second Haunter's got 53 speed. The second Haunter I don't even think about because I only worry about the first Haunter.
Yeah, because the second Haunter has nothing. Actually, the second Haunter has Mimic. I've only ever seen it use Mimic one time. Oh no, I missed Metal Claw.
I guess if I get 2 levels against battling the trainers, maybe I can get to 51 speed. Or actually, it's 50, not 51.
I mean, besides, even if you get hit with Curse, I'm sure you can just one-shot everything. 49 speed, so... I guess you'd be cutting it kind of close. But I'm not gonna care about it. I still have my berry. I just realized.
Oh, mine got used up on the first gym.
Okay, I'm gonna reset that. Y'all saw nothing.
Okay, I've got 50 speed apparently.
I totally did not use a turn 1 headbutt on the gas lead. That never happened.
So apparently I ended with 51 or 50 speed, which is perfect. Exactly where I wanted to be. I hope you get hit by all of the curses and get put all of the sleeps.
He only used mean look.
How dare he? How dare he literally throw the fight for you?
And I will let you know, Dig does not one-shot the Gengar.
I did know that.
That is actually surprising. I kind of thought it would, so I may probably try to... I think I should either get more training or get the 51 speed. Because if I'm not going to one-shot the Gengar like I thought I was, then I guess Curse does matter. Because I assumed it'd be a one-shot.
Interesting. Well, that would mean, Area 91, that you are in one of those worlds that I literally can't comprehend. You also must be one handsome fellow as well, because I know really, really good-looking people are going those kind of crowds.
Annie, I got a reset on Morty because I had headbutt in slot 1 and I spammed A too long.
No, he just lost.
Yeah, sure, that's the reason.
Ow, I got greedy. Hey, John. I mean, we just pretty much just started. I don't know. I know I'm like 2 trainers behind speed.
Yeah, and I had 1 reset.
Ah, yes. You're
I mean,
one reset
just...
on the very first Pokemon, and you didn't even finish the very first Pokemon. So it's like not having a reset altogether. And he's saying, I have a reset. I have a reset. I have a reset. I went through all of my headbutts on Falconer.
Okay, yeah, with how quick that one reset was, I may as well have just had like 2 extra wild encounters or something.
Oh crap, I screwed up. I almost missed an ether.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Well,
You know something I've noticed when routing out solo runs in the newer games? For some reason, like, you know how in the older games they just give you so many ethers and elixirs? They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with them. In the newer games, they give you like hardly any to work with. Like in X and Y, for example, I have to go out of my way just to get simple ethers. Like, if you just stick to the main path, you're probably never going to find them.
interesting.
So that's something I had to keep in mind. Yeah, the gen that doesn't exist also had that similar problem. Yeah, actually, like, made a whole guide on where to find ethers. Oh, geez. Oh, God. Yep. I didn't
know
save.
exactly what you mean. I just got hit by a fighting move.
I didn't save.
I also didn't save. I just survived at 10 HP.
Oh my god, dude.
I remembered.
Well, good thing I healed on the island.
Oh, we're gonna get Metal Sound this fight. If only I had like a special move.
You don't have Feint Attack?
No.
Oh my. Hey Steve, I think we need to forget about trying to outspeed Morty's Haunter. We need to outspeed the Hitmonlee.
Let me see. What level are you? Were you 29 or 28?
29.
Oh, you're the same level. I just survived at 10 HP.
I guess he only used double kick. Because jump kick does like
I was looking at your screen and I taught over a headbutt with Metal Sound.
He just crit 2 double kicks.
And I saved, so my mistake is not ruined.
I'm gonna fight Usine here. The guy I always forget exists.
Hey, he's got good Pokemon, actually.
He's got an Electrode with Thunder.
Don't make fun of him.
Hey, he knows how to use TMs. That's better than most NPCs.
Good.
I probably should go in the water and fight the Gyarados guy. Still, I have no idea how you even survived.
Oh, you are not gonna like Chuck. Karate Chop may as well be Death Chop.
Does it one shot with a crit?
No, but it brings you down to like 10.
With a crit?
Oh, I didn't see a crit.
Okay.
Rename Karate Chop to Death Chop.
Alright, so at level 30, I speed tie the Hitmonlee. Alright, I beat him.
Congrats.
He just kept using nothing but jump kick.
Maybe he's got good AI. I mean, I know he has some kind of AI because he does like Mind Reader followed by Dynamic Punch.
Is that what Poliwrath just did, or is it only use or Dynamic Punch?
Nah, now that I think about it, he attacks pretty indiscriminately.
Probably equip the Quick
Claw. No, but now that I really think about it, I remember in Tyranitar he basically only spammed Dynamic Punch, so I have no idea what kind of AI he is.
Wait, you have the Quick Claw equipped, right?
No.
Oh, I was about to say if you did, that's probably how you beat that guy, just because I couldn't outspeed it.
I actually forgot to pick it up straight up. So it just dawned on me that because they never taught Feint Attack, I will never be using Metal Sound, so I might as well just get rid of it.
It's okay.
Also,
You get Kowtow Cleave at level 54.
my plan for Jasmine is also out the window, so I guess I'm going with the dynamic punch strat.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, you got one shot
We
by
can...
dynamic punch.
No. No, I lived.
Dynamic punch?
Yeah. 20 HP left from full health.
Well, makes you feel any better. Afterwards, I did some real bad overworlding.
Dude, quit hitting yourself. Remember when I said I wanted to get the mint berry for this fight in case I survive dynamic punch? I'm kind of regret not picking it up.
That was my strategy that I planned on not telling you, and then I just didn't do it.
Dude, the high HP and high defense is really coming in clutch. Like, imagine being 4 times weak to fighting and surviving a dynamic punch. Tyranitar would be so jealous.
I'm actually kind of happy that I accidentally battled a whole bunch of the spinners, because I think being level 30 there was probably very important.
In the next run, I'm gonna try and be 30 before even getting to Cianwood. Because I need to outspeed the Hitmonlee, because that Hitmonlee caused more resets than Chuck did.
Yeah, I bet you if you
His
face the
Primate-
Gyarados trainer, you can probably get to 30 pretty
Exactly,
quick.
yeah. Also, the Primeape is kind of an idiot. It only ever used Leer and Fury swipes.
Oh, mine went Karate Chop.
I'm actually gonna fight these spinners here.
Now that you've beaten them, you want to know what happened in my battle?
What?
I got hit by Karate Chop, and I'm like, well, this one's lost. But then I went to the Poliwrath, and he used Dynamic Punch, got a miss. Used Dynamic Punch, got a miss, and then he died.
Makes sense.
I never even got
hello,
a flinch,
Blazy.
which was something I was hopefully banking on.
If Kingambit gets a Mega and ZA, how insane would that be? It'd be way too overpowered.
The way you made this say that this evolves, I don't even know if you'll be able to get one. Because that means they would have to bring the mechanic into Legends ZA.
Yeah, exactly the way it evolves.
Yep.
Fun fact, there are some Pokemon you can use in Scarlet and Violet, like you have to transfer them from another game. Like, for example, Weirdeer, Ursaluna. You cannot evolve them in Scarlet and Violet. You have to evolve it in Legends ZA, or in Legends Arceus, and then you gotta transfer it over.
So you're telling me that when the Pokemon Company F's up and makes a really bad evolution mechanic, they double down and say, we're not going to make the future games available for these Pokemon to evolve. You're just going to have to bring them to the future games.
Well, they have changed evolutions as you go. Like, remember, I'm not sure if you remember this. It was from, like, Gen 4. But you know how, like, to get Glaceon or Leafeon, you had to level them up near, like, a particular rock? Like the icy rock.
No, I've never gotten one
like,
legit.
Mossy rock. Well, in Generation 8, they scrapped that mechanic entirely and just made them stone evolutions. They made Leafeon a Leaf Stone and Glaceon an Ice Stone. Just because they were tired of having to program custom locations just to evolve those things. Similar thing with Magneton to Magnezone, because you would have to level it up in a place with a lot of like magnetic energy to evolve it, but they changed that, so Magneton now evolves with the Thunderstone.
So apparently MVF told me that I forgot the Seeker Potion. And I did.
Like Leafeon should have always been. Yeah. I mean, they can always change evolution methods. They've done it before. Like, look at Feebas. Feebas, I think, has had its evolution method changed at least twice. Like in Gen 3, when it was introduced, you had to have a max beauty stat from like those contests. Then in Gen 4, I think it was still the beauty thing. Then when they got rid of contests, they introduced a prism scale to evolve it. And then in games where the contest came back, they brought back that evolution method, but they still kept the prism scale. So I think to this day, Feebas still has 2 methods of evolving. Kind of funny. Hello, Gipsy Sprite. Except
Isn't that the
Overquill
one that
uses the
has
same
2
type.
evolutions as well? No, that's Feebas. No, that's a different one. Never mind. It's a little fish.
Feebas evolves into Milotic.
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong one. I was thinking one that evolves into Gorobus and the other one.
Oh, that's Clamperl. I always forget that's even a Pokemon.
Is it that bad?
No, it's just kind of forgettable. Like,
They made a whole episode on it. I watched it like 20 times as a kid because they really, really liked putting that episode on cable.
yeah, but when you play the actual game, like, pretty much no trainer even uses it. And you have to, like, dive underwater to, like, even encounter it. No trainer uses it. And the Pokemon it evolves into aren't really that good. Oh, interesting. So, Hisuian Quillfish can evolve into Overquill in Scarlet and Violet, but not Stantler into Weirdeer in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, that's just weird. Hello, Vincent Chaos. One of the main villains from Coliseum uses both Huntail and Gorobus, though. Yeah, but I've never played Coliseum because I never owned a GameCube.
I know what you're talking about, and I still don't remember that battle. And I beat Pokemon Coliseum multiple times. It's one of the reasons why I learned that I didn't like Umbreon. I forced myself to use only Umbreon and Espeon for basically the whole entire game. Not because like they're better than the other Pokemon, but because they were just a higher level than all the other Pokemon.
Honestly, me attempting a solo run made me hate Umbreon. So I realized its stats and move pool just suck.
As an adult
I think
now,
it still does.
As an adult, I'm curious how much faster I can beat Pokemon Coliseum if I were to just like find the dark Pokemon that I want, catch the dark Pokemon, and then actually use a better Pokemon that's not Espeon. I really liked the soundtrack to Pokemon Coliseum as well. If you guys watch all my scripted videos, which are over 2 years old and very cringy, the starting music is the Pokemon Coliseum starting music, like the very first like 10 seconds.
The Clamperl line gets minimal screen time since it tends to be very out of the way, plus there are trade item evos. Yeah, that's another reason. Alright, I'm gonna try out the metal sound strat. Dude, Iron Tail does like 10 damage. And Feint Attack does like 3/4.
Yeah, John.
I don't know how much Dynamic Punch would do.
I didn't get into this challenge because I thought it was something I could do. I got in this challenge because this is something I do. I mean, I still have
them with one Pokemon.
I still have a memory of playing Pokemon the blue Sapphire, and I know I've mentioned it many times that my strategy for all the Pokemon games is to battle everything. And so I had a level 70-ish Blaziken for the double battle. But I think I had to physically catch another Pokemon, I think, and put it in my party. I don't think it allowed me to do it in Sapphire or something like that. Or maybe my brain just didn't allow me to do a double battle with a single Pokemon. I don't know how that works. I know Speed would probably know.
Hello, Ike. Clamperl has more special attack than any other Pokemon. How much special attack does it? What are you talking about? What I've looked at Clamperl stats. Why are you saying it has a high special attack? Clamperl's evolution items doubles one of its stats. Like it only works on Clamperl?
Yeah, take Liza.
So the Deep Sea Tooth boosts special attack. Does it only boost Clamperls? Or does it work on like the final stage? Just Clamperl? Jeez. Hey Steve, where are you at?
The Rocket Underground. Sorry,
Yeah, you're slightly ahead of me.
the basement rival.
Slightly ahead of me. Well, I know why. It's because I got my rare candies. I get my rare candies before doing the rocket tower.
No, the reason why you're behind is because you lost so many times that Hitmonlee.
Shut up. You should have struggled too.
I lived at 10 HP. I don't know what to tell you. Well, no, actually, I lived at 30 HP, and then the
That was a waste.
Hitmonchan used Fire Punch instead of Mach Punch. It must not have had Mach Punch.
Does not have. It doesn't have Mach Punch.
Oh, so you're telling me they made the
remember.
right move choice?
Yep. How early can you get Deep Sea Tooth? I have no idea. Are you gonna learn Night Slash?
No, I'm keeping Dynamic Punch.
How well did Dynamic Punch work on Jasmine?
2-shot, as expected. Although it did hit itself, so I'm not really sure if it would have been a 2-shot. But it would have been close.
Because I used, with the 3 metal sounds, Feint Attack was a 2-shot, but Dynamic Punch is definitely the faster option.
Yeah, but that assumes you hit it.
Yeah, but then again, like, what's it gonna do to you? Iron Tail does like 10 damage.
Well, now you have
So I think
coverage that I
Dynamic
don't.
Punch is-
You have dark moves and I don't.
Where would that help at, though?
I have no idea. I was just pointing it out.
I guess theoretically I still have Metal Sound if I want to combine
I mean,
that with anything.
Night Slash is one has so much power that I guess if it was super effective, it could be more powerful than Return on like Will, maybe. But
Maybe.
as far as Feint Attack is concerned, I don't think Feint Attack is ever going to be stronger than Headbutt.
No. Alright, now that I've just faced the rival, which is one of the hardest fights, I can now fight the one Rattata. All the while existing type gets very competitive. Makes sense.
Did you know you can't use an escape rope in the radio tower?
I wish.
I just accidentally did it.
No, Steve. It wasn't an accident. You were experimenting. It was science.
Yes, science. Definitely not me trying to use an ether and accidentally clicking on it.
Right. Man, PP is kind of tight with Headbutt.
I have
But
all.
I'm not going to get
Wait,
Return
Headbutt.
till...
Interesting.
Well, I'm getting Return when I finish the basement section.
Oh, I got Return at my normal getting Return spot.
Yeah, I just don't like doing the flying around that early.
Who would be the most troublesome? Probably Lance.
I don't know.
I don't have a move that's
Hello, Mocktail.
ice or rock, so probably Lance. I mean, I guess I could pick. I should have picked up Rollout now that I think about it. I don't really have a plan for Lance now that I think about it.
It's simple. You got Dynamic Punch. Just make them all hit themselves.
I'm now thinking I might go back and pick up Rollout.
That's an option.
Because it will one-shot all of them. The problem is it won't outspeed all of them either. Bruno's only a problem if you don't one-shot. Which...
Well, his Machamp might live and use Cross Chop.
Yeah, but I mean, Cross Chop's 80% accurate. You will eventually win.
Yeah, but it's his last Pokemon. Like, it's going to be a time waster. Just joined the Discord. What I missed? Not much. I could steal Bill's title of biggest Pokemaniac very easily. You probably could. Well, with what you said earlier, I'm pretty sure you used Bulbapedia.
Are you gonna get acid armor? Increase that already good defense?
You know, I might actually get it. Remember how useful Iron Defense was for Diancie?
Yep.
Yeah, it was the best move in the game.
It could actually help for Bruno, I'm not even kidding.
Well, it's better than Metal Sound. Did you actually delete it?
I did not teach it, no.
Ah. Well, it may not even help anyway, but you never know. The Hitmontop loves using Dig.
John, the only way I would play Pokemon Coliseum on the channel is if I could play it at like 3 times speed.
Wouldn't that just be like hard to control? I don't know how the
Bro, at
controls work
one
for that
time
game.
speed was infuriating. Not just like the battles, the talking is slow in the game, the walking is slow in the game, the battling is slow in the game. Everything in that game is slow. The animations for like when your Pokemon finally get healed by Celebi is slow. Everything in that game is slow. That game needs to be 2 times faster in general.
Right.
Well, Speed
Oh,
just...
Steve, did you see the...
Oh, Speed was playing the N64 one where you couldn't play it 2 times... Or... Which one were you just recently playing where you couldn't speed it up?
Pokemon Stadium?
No, he's talking about Coliseum.
I never played Coliseum.
Yeah, but in general, I'm talking about the emulator. Which emulator couldn't you speed up?
Oh, PJ64?
Again, stop saying that.
Project 64.
Exactly, there you go.
I assume that's what everybody said.
I've never heard it called that ever. And I've at least heard of 4 people. So it's a very small sample size.
Coliseum will never be re-released because Game Freak hates it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because I don't think the game was made by Game Freak.
Area 91, I would not be against that. It would have to be a once a week run if that's something you're fine with.
He wants to see a Let's Play series of Coliseum?
Yeah, that would... I mean, I'd be pretty excited to play that too.
Yeah, you should try and start doing some more, like, casual streams. I'm sure, like, because
They still have to be Pokemon.
I'm sure some people... Oh, obviously, yeah, but...
Unfortunately, unlike Speed, I'm not gonna play non-Pokemon games and maybe accidentally ruin my algorithm.
I don't know. It seems to be just fine for me, but I've been doing it for a year at this point, so kind of expected. Plus, it's always on the same day every week, so people kind of know when to expect it's not going to be a Pokemon thing. Breeding Pokemon Ranger, Channel, and Garden. Part of me thinks they would make another Ranger game, but that game was only really designed for the DS in mind, which is why there hasn't been a new one made in like 15 years.
All right, well, I guess it's official. We're gonna be playing Pokemon Coliseum at some point. Let's see.
Was he asking for it, or did he like do a donation incentive?
He just did it twice. Now it's $40. Now we definitely have to do it.
Oh my god. He did 2 separate $20 donations?
Yeah, it might have been an accident, but...
Oh my god. Misclick.
Oh, John Calibro did it twice. My bad. I didn't even notice that.
Wow, you're giving credit to the wrong person,
I'm
dude.
sorry. Well, one person was
upset.
talking about it, and the other one did the donation. I didn't even think about that. John said he accidentally did a double.
MVF showed up again just for Dratini.
All right, so
I don't know why he needs to do that.
I'm trying to think. You know what? We can make it Sundays because now football is gonna be done with Sundays. So as soon as football is done, we can make it every Sunday. My team has already lost, but I still like watching. Well, John, if you don't want to consider a waste, you could always come up with like a backport or something to do, or 4 of them.
Honestly, for $20, John, make it something bad.
And you can pick the game too. I didn't save. That was probably very dumb.
Where you at, Will?
No, the rival.
Oh.
Apparently, we can't learn Earthquake.
Yeah, that would make too much. Well, dude, what about this thing can make giant earthquakes? But I mean, it can dig.
Yeah, with its. So I'm looking at the icon right now, and it looks like it has literal rockets for hands.
I think I used the generic monster icon. I'm not kidding. Acid armor might actually be useful for the league.
I agree. I actually do think it would be.
Oh, hold on. You got rollout, right?
No, I didn't.
Why did I say that? I was
Dude,
wondering whether
it doesn't
I should
matter.
go get
I've
it,
already
but I
started the
think I
league.
should. Honestly, it's not like anything on his team has intimidate. I think I'll be fine. I might just skip it. Return will probably, well, maybe not one shot, but I have my berry still.
I do have dynamic punch, so I mean, worst comes to worst, I can rely on those kind of strats.
Ah, yes, dynamic punch on a flying type.
Didn't say it was a good strat. I said it was a strat. Can you believe this, Fortress? I dynamic punched it, and it just decided it was not going to hit itself.
Oh, Ike, you have the PAL version of Coliseum. Yeah, that.
Wait,
that
what does that
feels
mean?
Bad. Basically, PAL is basically like European, because back then when they released games, they had 2 versions of the same game, NTSC and PAL. The main difference was that they had to run on 2 different like kinds of TVs, like back in the day, because Europe had like different TVs with like a different refresh rate. So they had to adjust the game's like speed slightly to match the refresh rate of the TV. So the PAL games actually run slightly slower. I only know that from like seeing people talk about speedruns and stuff, especially with like the older games.
Dang it, I managed to hit the dynamic punch on Machamp, and it still didn't hit itself. And it hit cross chop. Ironically, I didn't even think it was Machamp. I actually thought it was Onyx.
Well, John, I'm sure you're used to PAL because that's what all games were like. Plus, that's what the TVs were like. But like, if you played like NTSC, like if you live in America or Japan, and you tried PAL, you would absolutely notice just how much slower the games ran. It's actually a thing in Mario Kart too. Like way back in the old days when people like on random like video game forums, like they told each other's like single like
Come
track times.
on,
You know how
you
you
won
can do like
first
time trials?
try? That's insane.
Acid armor, dude. Acid armor.
Oh.
What? He couldn't even kill me.
Yeah, it did.
But yeah, back in the day when people on the internet kept track of everyone's Mario Kart like time trial times, there had to be conversions for people who played on PAL because it ran slower. Acid armor. Yeah, that's what it's called. Dude, this thing is tanky as hell.
For
My
anybody
God.
wondering why I didn't heal, it's because I purposely went into Karen not full HP.
Yeah, Yeah, because if you go in not at full health, her AI is less likely to use turn 1 sand attack.
You know what it used?
I think Snowy did the odds on it. It brings the odds down from like 90% to like 60
You want to guess what move it used?
sand attack.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
To be fair, it did miss, so
Oh my.
I'm perfectly happy with the results.
You know what's funny? The Gyarados on Lance's team used turn 1 Rain Dance, and guess what the second Pokemon was?
Blastoise?
Charizard.
Oh.
And his flamethrower did like nothing. Also, I forgot to equip my Paralysis Cure Berry.
I got the pink bow.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, you know what he used for his third Pokemon?
But
Fire Blast Dragonite.
good job, Lance.
He's really
Where's my
trying.
paralysis?
He's really trying to blow it. Okay, well, I just lucked my way through Lance, so I'm very, very happy. Very pleased. I got a Thunder Wave miss and a return crit.
I had to come back into the fight with Paralysis Cure Berry. It used Safeguard. Miss Thunderwave? Okay.
If only there was a way to come
Also, I
back
think
at
Rollout
64.
would've-
Yeah, rollout would have
would've-
crushed.
I didn't get it either, yeah.
That's
would-
embarrassing.
Make that quicker. Did you reset before it saved?
No, I went into I went into Elm's lab to get the SS ticket, and I healed at the table instead of picking up the SS ticket.
Heal up when the Elite Four already healed your Pokemon for you.
I didn't say it was a smart decision. I'm just saying it's what I did.
Hello, Sir Smokes a Lot. Welcome back. Hey, Steve, are you going to be getting that vitamin that's in the water? You have to get off the ship to get it. Those of you wondering what we're talking about, we only found out this item exists through the Pokemon Crystal randomizers. In Vermilion City, when you get off the ship, if you immediately surf into the water and go right, there's actually a hidden vitamin in one of those little fences in the water. And the only way to surf to it is you have to get off of the ship. Because you can't get on the ship because the NPC forces you to go down. Which is kind of funny.
I don't even remember what vitamin it is.
I guess I could have checked it, but oh well. Dang it, he saw me. 3 Magnemite guy.
I've had Metal Claw this entire run, and I think I've used it twice.
I deleted that move a long time ago. Cowtoe Cleave. Sure. I'll see if that move has any use.
I should have deleted it a long time ago.
Oh, Steve, here is a question. Well, I guess you can't do it because you didn't teach the move, but you know how for most runs we use Curse?
Mm-hmm.
What if instead of Curse, we use Swords Dance Acid Armor to get the exact same thing as Curse?
Here's an answer. No.
What? You're not going to do it?
Oh, are you that scared of Snorlax?
Well, I mean, whenever you use Curse, you just get the defense boost anyway.
Yeah, well, the defense boost is only useful against Snorlax and possibly Espeon if you can somehow lower its accuracy enough to use Swift.
I guess that's a good point, yeah. I mean, it'd be fun. It was just a funny idea.
No,
'cause
definitely do
theoretically
it.
you can do it.
Definitely do it. I think it'll be very funny.
I mean, the moveset's not going to be that intuitive. It's just going to be Return, Swords Dance, Rest. What's the fourth move going to be?
Something you don't need.
Cowtoe Cleave.
How dare Espeon use Sand Attack? It's almost like Sabrina can't hit me.
Right. She's like, what is this?
Right.
What's this immortal being? It's immune to my powers. I've never seen it before. Like, how do you think Sabrina must feel to be, like, especially in, like, red and blue when we backported dark type? Imagine how she feels knowing there's something out there that takes
Whoa.
no damage
Don't
from
use red and
psychic.
blue as an example, because she has the one Pokemon that can defeat it. The mighty Venomoth. In this game, she literally can't hit you.
Fire red and leaf green, she can't even hit you.
Then again, I guess it's more of a surprise in red blue because she's never seen it before.
Yeah,
And then
but it's funny.
she'll just be using psychic moves and be like, I can't hit it. Why?
Did I just heal at the center?
Probably.
Why did I do that?
I don't even know what
I
center
just
you're
realized
talking
when
about because I've never done it.
I don't know. It's a bad habit of mine. Like, whenever I take damage from a gym leader, I'm just so used to using the center right afterwards.
Oh, are you talking about
And,
after Erica?
It's the center and Saffron. I have a bad habit of healing there. Just because, like, I
Oh,
took damage at Erica, I think I need to.
I've
Well,
never
now
ever
I've got to
considered that.
go.
I always just consider
It's a
that
bad
the
habit.
center not existing. I just make the decision: do I skip Sabrina or do I not skip Sabrina based on how much HP I have remaining? Although I usually have a max potion, and I think that's my alternative.
Yeah, it's just a bad habit I have. I think it's because of the Gen 1 runs, because I heal at the Saffron Center like every single run.
True.
And I guess that habit just carried over. But now I have to encounter the almighty Jumpluff girl. Because that's what she has, right?
After this, I'm gonna have to look into Dolphin settings. I already have it installed. I've had it installed this entire time. Now, how fast can I do it?
Do what?
How fast can I make Dolphin go up to?
Oh. Well, don't make it like so extremely fast it's unplayable.
I don't think there's any kind of speed that you can make it so fast it's unplayable other than like 10 times speed.
What about, I mean,
Do you remember
bad is
RBY's or like early videos? Oh my god, I just battled Nugget Guy at Nugget Bridge. I'm an idiot.
I am literally fighting him right now. It was by accident.
Wait, how'd you catch up
He
to
gives
me?
good XP.
Oh, right, the skip. The worst part is I skipped Jumpluff Girl and Magnemite Guy. I should be gaining time on you. Also, I didn't battle a single trainer in Sabrina's gym. So I don't know how in the world you're doing this.
Oh, I know how I'm ahead. I never fought Sabrina.
Oh.
I guess I just forgot.
Okay, John, that's good. I appreciate that. I'm curious if there's a button that I can make it change the speed ups. Because I bet you there are probably parts of the game that require going a little bit slower.
I know with BizHawk, I can use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the speed.
Oh, John, are you saying are those the recommendations or are those for the $20?
Mods make him forget to fight Sabrina.
He
No,
wa-
I'll fight Sabrina. I just gotta get Power Plant.
He wants me to redo Gengar and Alakazam for the leaderboard.
I absolutely agree with him. Those runs should be like at the top.
They are at the top.
They should be at the further top.
Should have specified.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if you can see your leaderboard on your other monitor,
Oh.
but what Pokemon rank ahead of it?
John, I would have to actually look up where those Pokemon are. I don't even know if I can catch them. I imagine the odds of getting either Gengar or Alakazam are probably near zero. Because they would show up as Ghastlies or Haunters. Oh, for the stealing thing for save edit. You can save edit GameCube games.
I mean, if it's on an emulator, you probably could. I don't know if PK Hex supports Coliseum.
Interesting. I do remember though that I used to use Typhlosion in Coliseum. I eventually swapped out Umbreon for Typhlosion because I love Typhlosion.
Have you ever tried to cut down the tree in front of Surge's gym and get the full heal?
All the time.
Mm-hmm. It's unavoidable, just like death and taxes.
I would argue that both of them are avoidable. They're just illegal, and you'll eventually get caught.
What, death is illegal?
Well, you can fake your death.
Smartass.
Actually, one leads to the other. You fake your death to avoid taxes.
Hey, Steve, Surge is actually trying to play good. I'm trying to spam dig on everything. His Electrode kept spamming double team, and I kept missing.
Oh, that happened to me a
almost
few runs ago. I think well, we were playing with Scott, and it didn't matter to either you or Scott.
You know what's funny, though? I was actually thinking of using Cow Toe Cleave on him because I taught it, and that move skips accuracy checks, but Return just hit it. Hey, Steve, are you going to get all 16 badges and get the free HP up?
I completely forgot about that.
I actually found out what item he gives in the remix.
Yeah.
Actually told me apparently in the remix he gives a PP max, and it's apparently the only one in the game.
Now that's a worthwhile prize.
Yeah, but at that point, like when all you have left is red, how useful is a PP max?
Agreed.
Actually, you know, Steve, I actually found one use for Kowtow Cleave. Brock. Because, you know, some of his Pokemon might survive
here's this
dig.
thing I have that you don't. It's called Metal Claw.
Well, I was just saying, like, with the high defense, something might survive.
Yes, the high defense with low levels.
Hey, funnier things have happened, okay?
I see John has messaged me, so I assume he is showing me how PK Hex works for Coliseum.
I don't know, man. You should play Earthbound. It seems like your kind of game.
Never. You know, the thing is, I have a bias against that because I played him or I've given him so many chances, Ness, and
Smash.
yeah, and it was terrible. It was just so bad. I can't tell you how many times I'm like falling off a cliff. I use like whatever the B up attack is, and the B up attack normally in everybody else it makes you jump higher or lets you avoid falling off the map, and this one just makes you stand still and fall to your death.
Well, that's because you're not good at the character. It takes skill to play him.
How do you fall? Like not fall to your death?
You got to have the electric ball hit Ness. Like you can't just like stay there and do nothing. Plus, you use it as an attacking move too. I mean, you gotta. I don't know if you still play Smash,
No.
but it'd be really funny if I got. If you still did, it'd be really funny if I got my brother to use Ness and fight you in Smash, because my brother has a funny thing where someone will claim to him like, "Hey, I'm really good at Smash Bros," and then he'll challenge him, and then my brother wins 90% of the time.
Yeah, but
it happened with my
here's the thing:
older
I can't
sister's
even beat the
boyfriend once.
computer on 9, and I know that's something that's really easy.
Dude, he's trained on level 9 CPUs for years, and he's fought them so many times. He knows how to predict their AI, and beat them every time. I wonder if I should have used my rare candies before blue to get Swords Dance early.
Sounds unnecessary.
Flamethrower did kind of
Well,
hurt,
I'm gonna tell you, I think I just lost the run.
What did you do?
So before I fought blue, I went into the menus and instead of saving, I went to the options section, and once again, instead of saving, I accidentally backed out and started the battle. And I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? I could lose, and then I lost.
Blackout, blackout. Don't feel bad. The CPUs in Smash Ultimate are actually good. My brother thinks they're the easiest thing in the whole game. Like he's that good at Smash. Like I remember when we were younger, uh, he was spent his whole time playing nothing but Smash Bros on our Wii, because that was the only version of Smash Bros we had. Well, we had the 3DS version, but he didn't really like playing it. He only preferred the Wii version. So like he would play like the Subspace Emissary all over again, and then he got so good at it, I decided, hey, you're playing Smash Bros a lot. I'm gonna try and play with you too. And he kept kicking my butt so much, he made me rage quit the game so many times. But then eventually, after a while of him being very stubborn, not letting me win, I actually got good and started beating him. It's kind of like when Steve was trying to reteach me the Pokemon TCG, because I haven't played it in a couple of years. Steve would not take it easy on me, because like that's just how he is.
That's how my
And then
dad.
I was
That's how
able
my
to get good
grandfather
enough.
taught me how to play checkers. He would not let me win, so that way when I won, it would be that much better.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't asking him to let me win. It was just that was just the attitude he had. But then one day, Steve and I were doing some TCG matches, and I beat him 2 out of 3. Felt good. He couldn't believe it happened.
One of them was a play mistake, but yes. One of them was a play mistake where I boasted and then made a wrong play.
That's where the concept of sandbagging was born.
Yes, I don't do that. I don't sandbag. That's disgraceful.
What? Can you tell me what sandbagging is?
It's purposely doing worse.
Oh, to make your opponent let their guard down or something?
What? No, it's just a fancy way of saying purposely losing.
Oh, the CPUs would do it? Oh. Wait, why would a real person purposefully lose? Okay, that Charizard crit me with Flamethrower, but I want to actually see if I can survive a regular Flamethrower. You know, without the crit.
Man, if this was Gen 1, I would actually be thanking that Pikachu for hitting me with Charm.
Should have used Rest. Why am I not... I should really just use Quick Claw.
No! Oh, I just made the biggest mistake I possibly could have made. I just rested on Espeon thinking it wasn't going to be a big deal.
Slap.
And it just hit me with 4 mud slaps.
I think that's the only move it can use.
It has Swift. Not like this. 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 No! I lost to the Blastoise after like 6, 7, 8 misses.
Right. I think the appropriate strat here is just get to +4 attack and just hope you get the Quick Claw.
Quick Claw?
I mean, what are you using? There's no way you outspeed the Charizard.
Sure. Charizard. That's the threat.
Well, what else is the threat? Espeon?
Well, apparently the Espeon is the threat to me.
Dang, I don't even survive a regular one. I think I actually may have had a point with Rain Dance.
I don't know what is wrong with you, but I easily survive, like not even close.
Wait, the Flamethrower?
108.23. Yeah.
How did you survive It killed me in one shot at full health.
I'm
level were
A,
you?
not even at full health, and B, I survived with like 60.
What level were you?
70.
That would explain it. I was trying to
I just
avoid
pulled
using
up-
rare candies.
I just pulled up your stream. Yeah, you're so much lower.
In first runs, I like to experiment with not using rare candies, see if I could skip any. And the answer for this is no.
Yes, the strat was basically just make sure you're not paralyzed.
All right. Since the Pikachu got my health really low, I just gotta hope for a Quick Claw.
We're not
Darn.
exactly the fastest Pokemon, but we can outspeed half of his team. Well, since I have Foresight, I'm going to go ahead and put... Ooh, this is a tough choice. I think I'll put 110 to 114.
That's literally my over-under.
Yep. That's what I picked for you.
Also, I got the Quick Claw.
Mine wasn't even close. I put over under 103. I thought everything in the game would be easy. Except Chuck.
Surprisingly, I think the hardest trainer in the game might honestly just be Hitmonlee guy. Hey, Guillotine. Sure, teach it over return. 110.05. Hey, look, now I can say I finished the game with Guillotine.
Well,
4:13 game time.
I got my normal first victory. Now it's time to get destroyed in run 2.
Dude, I was 5 seconds from the under.
Yeah, your over-under was really good.
Honestly, yeah, it was pretty spot on.
Mine was not.
So you're saying the Charizard, like, is nowhere close to one-shotting you at level 70?
Right.
Hmm.
Pikachu had hit me like
So-
2 times with Thunder. Oh, here's the other problem. You were using Quick Claw. I was using Leftovers, so I pretty much had mostly full HP going into Charizard.
Part of me wants to trust you on that, but at the same time,
You can do it again. Just reset.
you know what? I know I finished the run. I just want to test ranges on Charizard. Oh, I should probably equip Quick
Just
Claw
get hit
first.
by one.
Or not Quick Claw,
flamethrower.
Leftovers.
Just look. All right, so the over-under should be like, let's see. What do you think we're going to save in the next run?
I think I'll save like 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a lot of room to cut, but there's definitely some room to cut. Probably 106.
Man, this Pikachu is not on his A game today. He's missed so many Thunders today. Like, he's like every other Pikachu now. Alright, let's see how much a Flamethrower does. Oh, and it burned me. Dang, dude, that's just not... Okay, so, I live with decent health.
Right.
But, I'll have to make sure I get past
And the next
Pikachu
Pokemon
with
is an
close to full
Espeon,
health.
which outspeeds you. So you do need to have a little bit more HP. Because if you do get a miss, that's going to be really unfortunate.
Honestly, in that instance, I'm more leaning towards Rain Dance. Acid Armor was completely useless this fight.
Yeah, but you made the genius call to keep Acid Dance the league. That was really helpful.
Yeah, but I can go to the Celadon department store, just purchase one Rain Dance and just teach it for red, and then I'll use it on the Venusaur, so that way Charizard's Flamethrower will do so little, I'll have enough health for Esp. And it'll be more consistent too.
Venusaur? The second Pokemon. You mean Pikachu?
No, it's because the problem is Venusaur has Sunny Day.
The
could
second
get rid of the
Pokemon is Charizard, so if you're doing it to make
No, the
Flamethrower...
second Pokemon's Venusaur.
It is?
Was Venusaur was Charizard the actual second for you, or are you misremembering?
Either I'm misremembering or the Venusaur was so easy I didn't even think about it.
Oh, he almost always sends out Venusaur before Charizard, all because of Sunny Day.
If he did, then it was so easy I didn't even think about it.
It's easy, yeah.
I'll easily make misrememberings if it's not important information.
Well, no. Kiwi, I'm not going to use Rain Dance on the Pikachu and give him perfect Thunders. I'm going to...
I found the
I'm gonna
Pikachu
use
to be
it on the,
completely and utterly inconsequential when you have leftovers on.
Yeah, it's annoying when he uses Paralysis, though, and you have to use Rest. That makes it kind of annoying because I do worry he might crit Thunder at some point.
I'm more annoyed that after waking up from rest, he's gonna guaranteed hit me with the Thunder because it's a Pikachu, Red's Pikachu, and if I get paralyzed off of that first Thunder, I'm gonna be so mad because I'm gonna wake up and immediately use Return because I'm slower.
I'm doing 108 to 1010.
All right, I'm gonna hit the restroom.
All right, I think the only two main changes I'm going to make, get Rollout for Lance to make him quicker, and purchase Rain Dance for Red, and I'll use it on Venusaur, so that way the Charizard's more consistent, and it won't put me in Red Bar. Let me take a look at the move set here. Let's see. Metal Sound and Feint Attack is what I use for Jasmine, but since we take so little damage from Iron Tail, I think using Dynamic Punch is just the better idea. And Acid Armor is completely useful in the league, is mainly for Bruno, because it sounds like Steve got a bunch of resets on Bruno. Alright, and Night Slash and Kowtow Cleave were honestly kind of useless.
Bruno was really annoying because I kept on hitting Dynamic Punch and he kept not hitting himself and managing to hit a cross chop.
Funny.
Okay.
Why is Bide on the moveset if Bide isn't in Gen 9? I believe he made that as a replacement for...
Let me go look. Bide is...
I actually don't know.
Metal Burst? Metal Burst.
Let me look at what that
Metal Burst does 1.5 times the damage, and it's both Counter and Metal Claw.
Oh, okay.
And
so I guess that
Bide
was a good replacement.
Bide is like a Counter or Metal Claw, but indiscriminate. But yeah.
So yeah, the two changes I'll make is Dynamic Punch on Jasmine, and Rollout for Red, or Rollout for Lance, and Rain Dance on Red. Those are the only three changes I'm going to make, plus get all the rare candies. I might actually use them before Blue, so that way I have Swords Dance for them. Because I was so close, 64, I may as well just use them there.
Out of curiosity, chat, I've been doing Steel Wing for Iron Head, and I don't know, I don't feel good about it. I feel like even it is probably the best replacement, it just feels like a really bad replacement.
Says the guy who uses Fly Move.
Fly Move is in there on purpose. In fact, there are two moves here that should get Fly Move, both Air Slash and Aerial Ace.
Why does this Pokemon learn Air Slash?
And Aerial Ace. See, here, Kiwi, I didn't understand what to do for Torment. I was like, I mean, I guess Encore's close enough that Gen 2 doesn't really have that many options.
Dude, Torment is one of the most trolly moves. I hate that move with a burning passion.
I thought about just not giving it a move.
Torment does. For those of you wondering what Torment does, it prevents the opponent from using the same move twice in a row. So, like, you have to constantly alternate your moveset. It's really annoying. Like, imagine on Red, if he had Torment, and you can't just spam Return, you had to alternate between, like, Return and Curse, then Return, then Rest. Like, imagine having to do that. Not fun.
Yeah, unfortunately, Encore isn't exactly the same, but it was, like, the closest I could get.
So, are you doing a third run with your donation incentive, or is that for something
that is
else?
up to John. I think John was gonna probably pick like maybe another backport or something, unless he wants me to do a third run.
Encore is broken, Torment is useless. Encore is useless in a solo run, unless like you were using Swords Dance, but Torment in solo runs, when the opponent has it, is extremely annoying. Like, I've had resets because of Torment in the past.
Yeah, if you guys ever have questions on why moves are being selected over other moves, by all means, bring it up. I purposely keep this like stream starting soon thing where I got the left and right side of the move so you guys can see exactly the 1-for-1 replacements.
Well, I mean, not exactly, because like people would have to like connect the dots, because sometimes you do change the levels. Like this thing
Oh,
doesn't have a level 6 and 8 move.
well, okay, yeah, but that's my go-to. If something's got like 5, 6, 7 level 8, level 1 moves, I default to 6, then I default to 8, then I default to 10. Because I still want them to get the option to learn them. Sometimes, though, I will do like an upgraded tree. Like, for instance, some Pokemon will get both Scratch and Vice Grip. Not actually Vice Grip, but like something close to Vice Grip as their level 1 moves. And I'm like, okay, well, if they have 5 moves, okay, Vice Grip's going to be level 6. So it feels like you're getting an upgrade instead of starting with the upgrade.
Yep. All right, so you ready for a run 2?
Yep, I got my border and everything.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I should consider attempting to make my own text box border at some point. I wonder if it's easy.
In Gen 1, the logic for Steel Wing is real simple. Or not, sorry, not Steel Wing, Iron Head. It's just 1-for-1 with Tri-Attack.
Don't forget to name the rival Ike. Because Ike loves grass types. He loves grass types so much he steals Chikorita all the time.
What's on its back?
Kingambit? I don't know. It just looks like it wears a bunch of armor.
Is it a cape? Because
I don't know. The whole Pokemon's made of metal.
My little GIF here, it looks like it's a metal cape, but it also looks like it's a circular metal cape. So it almost reminds me of the turtle shell from Dragon Ball. It's almost like King Roshi's shell. King Roshi.
Hillary Milk, hey Speed, my kid says hello that he loves your streams. Oh, that's nice. Tell him I said hi. His hair became his throne because he is the king.
You mean crown?
That's what Ike says.
Ike, you could have been doing this with us.
Ike is not ready to embrace the goodness that is TM44.
You don't even technically need it for this run. You only need it if you get paralyzed.
Hey, Ike will like that. It's strategic. Just made his day. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, that was close. I almost ran from the rival battle.
Yes, officer. I know who stole it. I know who stole the grass starter. You finally finished Metaphor Refan T-Zone. Now I need to catch up on my backlog of solo runs. We'll have to start Gen 2. Oh yeah, embrace the TM44. It's your favorite move.
He's made an exception just for red, but he's not going to use it anywhere else.
Yeah, it's because he's too scared to run away from TM44. He knows he has to come crawling back.
I think it's more or less the fact that the Pokemon are just so incredibly strong, you just kind of need more HP bars.
Nah, just get to level 100 like Madrybred does.
Oh, yes, that strat, the get to level 100 strat. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I don't know if I haven't really watched too much of his stuff, but I don't know if he's ever used Rest in Gen 2.
I haven't watched his stuff. The worst part is I watched like basically. So back when I first started, I only watched Madrybred and J-Rose, and I actually liked Madrybred stuff even better. So I watched all of Madrybred stuff first, and then I watched all of J-Rose's stuff. And I wasn't a big fan of his strategy, but I just liked the fact that he played bad Pokemon.
J-Rose? Yeah.
No. Madrybred played bad Pokemon. J-Rose didn't.
Oh.
At that point in time. Like, the worst thing he played was, like, Ponyta.
Yep.
He had those troll videos with the Magikarp and Eevee where he didn't finish the run. I guess they're not troll videos. They're informative, even though they're old. I agree, Ponyta is really bad.
Imagine if we hopped on to that whole challenge run bandwagon back when it was getting popular. Imagine where we'd be at right now if we'd started earlier.
I could have done it like a year earlier. It was when Van Man came out with his videos. I'm like, I can do that. I could have done it like 6 months earlier than I did. Than I did do.
Hey Steve, I got one reset on Faulkner.
Finally,
Did you?
not this time. This time I
Okay,
never
I hate
missed.
this run. I hate this run now.
No, you're just getting average luck.
I want above average luck.
Well, maybe I'll get some sub-average luck on, I don't know, Morty. Hello, Bellsprout. Thank you for getting the ball, Bellsprout. More than I can say
like
for
Red
Oddish.
Bread, but he is bad at Pokemon. His X and Y run, he had Brick Break, but used Return on Mega Gyarados, not knowing it was Dark Water instead of Water Flying. Yeah.
It's fine. They're
And again, when he did Regigigas in Heart Gold, he never once taught Return, even though he knew where it was. He's played Crystal, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. He should have known where Return was. It's in the same spot. He used a Dizzy Punch on Red, and he just gave up on the run.
Annie, he didn't finish Eevee because he didn't know about the bide thing a long time ago. He might have redone Eevee.
I know, but I think one of them, it was either Madriba or Gyarados, but I remember one of them did make a follow-up when somebody mentioned Bide.
I think that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't think it was well known back then, so I don't hold that against him. I forgot to get the repel, so now I have encounters in the cave.
Maybe I'm actually thinking of a dry bread, and maybe J-Rose did finish with Eevee. And dry bread's the one who didn't.
Give a spectacle to the audience. Well, my main problem with it's not really with them themselves. It's mainly like the people who like only watch them. Like if you're a person who only ever watched J-Rose, you would assume he's like one of the best Pokemon challenge runners on YouTube. And then if you see someone else like doing something similar that he does, they go to their comment section and call them a knockoff. Trust me, we've had those people.
Oh my god.
Plenty of times. There are people who probably watched like there are people who probably watched J-Rose's Gen 2 Celebi run he did recently and assumed like that's the best Celebi can do. He literally went into the fight with Toxic. I'm not even kidding.
I find it funny that he actually pretty much started with Mewtwo, which basically just dooms Mewtwo to like one of his worst times. Don't get me wrong, he got an okay time for Mewtwo, but I have 7 Pokemon higher than his Mewtwo time on my leaderboard. I think
Steve
one of them's Kingler.
Steve told me that. Yeah, Steve told me that. Like J-Rose mentioned, like I don't see any other Pokemon getting a time lower than Mewtwo. And then Steve's like, I have like 7 Pokemon lower than that. And then he talked about Kingler, and I'm like, you know what else you're not bringing up? The fact that all your runs have shinies, so it artificially raises the game time, and it's still faster.
My runs have to be longer because of the shiny thing.
Experience matters, folks. Yeah, but how long has J-Rose done content in Gen 2?
Oh, he's been doing a lot of content in Gen 2. He just, I don't think he just does timed content, because I know that he's done a lot of other content.
He times it by game time, so I consider that time.
But a lot of his other Gen 2 content are challenges. They might be timed, but he's not like actually like trying for time.
Again, their goal is never make VOSB run angle. I know that, but I don't care about the speed. It's their strategies. Sorry, like you can obviously like Madrybread has a similar issue. Like I watched one of his Gen 2 runs recently with Pseudo Widow. He was almost level 100 for red. And his moveset was like Rock Slide, Flail. He had Flail on his moveset still. He didn't have Return. He didn't have Rest. Never had Curse. Like, do none of those people like watch other content creators before doing their own runs?
I think J-Rose openly admits to purposely not watching. I've heard him say it many times that he doesn't watch other people on purpose.
Exactly. I mean, I get if like you want to play a Pokemon blind, but the fact that he's went on for years without like knowing like other strats some people do,
Yeah,
like
it's clear
he
that not only
purposefully
does
like
he not go in
lives
with
in a bubble.
like that he doesn't like watch other people's channels for research. He just doesn't watch other channels altogether. Like anything like at all, any content at all, because otherwise he'd know about some of these strats.
But yeah, the thing is with Scott, like, I'm not talking about the whole speed issue. You guys keep thinking it's an issue on speed. It's not. It's an issue with like strategy and what you know. Scott constantly admits he watches other people's runs all the time, and that's how he learns things.
Yeah, and
And then
to
he
be fair,
shows it off.
he thought he had the best strategies for a lot of the runs, and then he started playing the races and wasn't winning some of the early races, and he was like, I don't understand. And then like he would pull up our streams at the same time as his streams, and he'd be like, oh my god, I can see it in real time, me losing time.
Oh yeah, people leave comments with suggestions, but I highly doubt they read them. I mean, I'm sure if you're a big content creator, like, why would you ever want to read comments? Like, they all say, like, oh, try to read all the comments. No, they don't. They don't read all the comments.
I do, but that's mostly because there's a lot less comments.
Like, what I do, if I read a comment, I will put a heart on it. Unless, like, it's a straight up troll, in which case I'll delete the comment. But if you see, like, a heart but no reply, that's just to acknowledge that I've seen it. In his Ditto video, he admitted that he did not watch a Ditto video from Gen 1. Whose Ditto
that's
video?
so sad. I literally took notes on everybody's Ditto videos. I was like, I'm not going into Ditto blind. That would be something.
Picaspery. Oh, so wait, Picaspery was the first one who made.
Yeah,
the Ditto
he was
video.
first. There was
count.
nobody for him to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was Picaspery's video. Most people discovered that like whole mirror move glitch with substitute or with transform, or like the whole thing with there was another one, some other glitch with transform.
I know. Oh, the move thing. The move being like deleted kind of thing. Like the
Yeah.
glitch. The
Or, like,
glitch
not
with
being able to
moving
use
around the
struggle.
moves.
Oh yeah,
He didn't know though at the
Funnily enough,
time.
yeah. It was his video that people discovered it. The struggle not working. Yeah. But the point is that I'm just trying to make is that the bigger content creators just don't even bother watching anyone else. They just live in their own bubble and they just refuse to like learn from anyone else because it's not the fact with speed. They don't time themselves, so I have no idea how long it took them. I mean, I can look at their game time, but that's not what I care about. The point is like I'm quite confident they do not watch other people to try and learn new strats because I've never once heard them say, check out this strat I learned from watching this guy's video. I learned you could fight this guy later.
I say it all the
I
time
don't
on.
think they've ever admitted into doing that.
I say it all the time from Gym Leader Matt and J Rose. I don't learn a lot from J Rose other than what level to finish Brock at, but boy, Gym Leader Matt's videos are great. He's like, you should head into Rival 6 at this level. Make sure that you set up on this Pokemon. Oh, they're so good.
But like, I just wish that like J-Rose and Madrybread would actually watch other people's runs and try to learn something, because they keep living in their own thought. Like their strats are like the only strats. Like there's no other strat that can be way better than this. Yet he used Toxic on a Celebi, and Madrybread used Flail on Sudowoodo.
Well,
That's just something they would start doing.
It was an
Like, I
accident.
watch people's runs all the time. Like, whenever I make like a video, if I'm applying a strat that I've learned, I will mention it. Like, there's going to be some Gen 5 runs coming out in a couple of weeks. I do actually mention a couple other people. Like, that's just something I wish they would do. Well, yeah, exactly. they're just in it for the money because their channels are so huge. They probably make a buttload of money off of those videos. That's the reason Madrybread still makes the Pokemon challenges. I'm not even sure if he still enjoys doing the challenges, to be honest. He just forces himself to do them once per week just because they're the most viewed videos. I just
I've
don't know.
tried watching his other content. Oh boy. That's not stuff I would watch.
Isn't it just casual gameplay?
Yeah.
You don't like
there
casuals?
was some of his other edited content in Oblivion and Skyrim I liked, but other than that stuff, but those are the kind of stuff that I like watching. I like watching people only beat like Oblivion using one type of spell.
Yeah, a rollout did nothing. Oh, speaking of rollout, I need to remember to pick up that TM.
Interesting.
Hey, Steve, I just found a Ditto.
Interesting. I got
J-Rose I
rollout.
prefer over Madrybread since he listens to feedback. Yeah, J-Rose is at least better at that, but I mean, his Gen 1 runs are good, but then again, like, there's really not much strategy when it comes to Gen 1. As long as you know about, like, setup moves and badge boost glitch, you're generally good. But, like, I like J-Rose's, like, his, like, what's those? He makes, like, a different kind of challenge video. I single type runs, like those, he like puts a lot of thought into them and strategies, or like this ones where like he copies someone else's team, but like specifically his solo runs in Gen 2 are very, very bad. Madrybread's in Gen 2 are pretty bad. Madrybread's Gen 1 runs are pretty good. Gen 3, his Gen 3 ones are pretty good. Because, like, he's playing with bad Pokemon. Like, I gotta give him, like, some slack because, like, you know, they're bad and it's a newer game. But it's specifically Gen 2 runs. Like, people other than Scott seem to play Gen 2 absolutely horribly. Because all those other people don't know what the move Curse is. They just think it's, like, a bad move. They just think of it like the Ghost-type version, you know? The one where it cuts your damage. I mean, Scott specifically, because his overlay is consistent, is constant. Yeah. But in the end, I just really wish the bigger creators would just watch other people's videos for, like, guidance. Maybe not, like, before the run, but maybe, like, watch them afterwards. Like, if you, like, J-Rose, I'm sure he's already done Charmander a long time ago. Maybe he could watch someone else do Charmander, and he'd be like, oh, that's something I didn't do. But he doesn't care about going back to any runs. Like, he'll do one playthrough, and if he does, like, a fully evolved Pokemon, but plays the run absolutely horribly, he'll just make a video out of it and publish it anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a speed thing. Like, do you really want to upload an Alakazam run where you die to Bruno 5 times? Something like that? I would be too embarrassed to put that video up, even if it wasn't. You know? The 0 XP runs, yeah, those are awesome to watch.
Yeah.
It's just specifically his Gen 2 solo runs are just awful.
Interesting.
Well, I don't blame the fact they don't use hidden power. I'm pretty sure they just use random stats. Like, whatever they get is what they get. I don't hold that against them.
Morty used his worse Haunter second. Like, it was his last Pokemon.
He did that to me in the first run.
I know, but I'm saying that's just something that's shocking to me. I wouldn't imagine that he would use his better Haunter before his worse Haunter. Interesting.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before, my problem isn't really with, like, the creators themselves, but, like, more overall problem are, like, the hardcore fans who only watch them for, like, challenge runs. They'll, like, see anyone else doing something similar and just call them knockoffs, say, like, your content's trash, or, like, J-Rose is way better than you, like, those kind of things. I remember in the early days, I remember Scott would say, if he saw any comments saying, like, wow, Scott, you're so much better than Madrybread and J-Rose. I don't like those guys. I remember he said, like, back in those days, if he saw those comments, he would actually delete them because he doesn't want to get involved in that because he likes them both. That's, I don't know if the other two did something similar.
I like their content as starter videos. I think they're good introduction videos, but once you watch like all of the videos, then you just realize that they're not doing everything that they could be doing to be better.
One criticism I do have with Madrybread's content is the scripting has sounded the same for the last 4 years. Like, I'm pretty sure he uses the same script.
I'm not gonna blame him for that. So does Squidgy.
That's something that
some people like cookie cutter videos. Actually, I should say most people like cookie cutter videos.
I don't know what those are.
Means exactly the same format, exactly delivered exactly the same way. Everything is exactly the same as the previous one.
I mean, he's reused the same Helix fossil joke for like 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, but he treats the videos like it's everybody's first video. So I'm not gonna blame him for that.
Well, the way he says the joke, I remember when he started doing the joke, he would put energy in the voice and like the sarcasm saying like, leave a comment anyway, they're good for the algorithm. But the way he says it now, you can actually just hear him reading off a script and just putting no emotion because it's probably his 1000th time saying it. Like, I honestly think he should just let the joke rest. So I'm like, I think he's overused that joke.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding. Level 30 is the first level you outspeed the Hitmonlee.
Yeah, that was the level I grinded to.
Yeah, I can definitely see how you had a problem at 29.
I mean, Water Onyx was funny at first.
Yeah, but I disagree that that it's the wrong idea to change. If he wants to do a cookie cutter format and it works, by all means continue doing it. It works for Squidgy. Every single one of his videos sound exactly the same as the first video, and you know what? It works. The same amount of people watch the first video as he does the most recent video. Same thing with do you watch murder mystery shows? Like,
no, I think that's just you.
Well, no, like the CSIs and the that stuff. It's really popular. I watch lots and lots of them, and you know what? They're all exactly the same. The way the murder gets solved is differently, and the murder itself is different, and the clues to get to the solving the murder is different. But in the end, it's the same.
I mean, yeah, you could say my content tends to sound the same, but I think it gets canceled out because of the more variety of games. I don't want to play the same game over and over again for specifically that reason. I don't want my content to sound repetitive. Like, I get it can make growing the algorithm slightly harder, but oh my god, that Machoke almost killed me with Karate Chop.
Machoke, you say?
Yeah, the Machoke.
Yep.
You know the Machoke.
Yep.
Real talk, I tried to watch J-Rose. It also didn't mesh with me like Scott's videos. I found you and Steve also like Gym Leader Matt's stuff. Yeah, Matt's videos are really top tier. Really top tier.
The only reason I favor Gym Leader Matt over Scott is just because of the red version versus yellow version. Since Gym Leader Matt's videos I can actually use myself, I favor his videos more. But I like both Scott and Gym Leader Matt pretty equally.
He does red and yellow. He switches version depending on which one will get the faster time. Like, if he's using a Pokemon that gets nothing for Brock, he'll use yellow version just because of the lower level Brock. Otherwise, he'll use red and blue. I just first tried Chuck.
Wow, good job.
He got 2 flinches, and his Primeape used Karate Chop.
Do you think that will offset your Falconer loss?
Just a little bit,
How about Hitmonlee loss?
You lost to Hitmonlee? Oh,
you.
Right. I guess a little bit. Your Elite Four joke is always the same. Yeah, but that's like the only thing. I mean, I always say vitamin of the day. That's like my ongoing channel gag, but I try to put voice into it. Like, imagine if I just said vitamin of the day. Like, imagine if I just said it like that with like no enthusiasm. Did you make sure to headbutt the tree?
No, never came up. Oh, now that you bring it up, though, I did forget to pick up return.
Hey Steve, I found the other shiny Gyarados. The level 15 shiny Gyarados.
Ah, the ones that are just randomly in the water.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if this is only true in the remakes, but apparently in the Lake of Rage, when the Rocket hideout plotline thing is active, where they're like transmitting those radio signals, only during that time when you haven't cleared the hideout yet, Gyarados are slightly more likely to spawn in that lake. And then once the radio signal is gone, it goes back down to normal.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're testing the ability to force evolution.
I mean, honestly, I just wish Scott had 100,000 subs by now. Like, I think the only reason his channel isn't growing faster with the amount of content he's uploading is because he uses like no channel tags. The only tags he uses in his videos is Pokemon challenge. He
Ironically,
use, like,
I think his channel hasn't hit 100 subs for the same reason that yours is not growing as fast, and you just pointed it out. Because he's actually branching into other gens. I think if he stuck with Gen 1 until Gen 1 was done, probably would have hit 100,000. But I don't disagree with him.
Because maybe that would have been the case in like 2021. Like, I mean, Scott did start that bandwagon like maybe like a year after Scott and J-Rose did, and I remember those early videos got a lot of views. But I think it was his first ever video. The quality wasn't good.
I mean, he did point out that when he started doing Gen 2, he was getting much lower views.
Who got much lower views?
Scott, he said when he started doing Gen 2, he was getting much lower views on the Gen 2 videos. If he had stayed with the Gen 1 ones, he'd be either picking up the pace or at least the same pace as the old ones.
I get that is a good point, but I think the fact that he's pushing out way more videos more often is probably offsetting that, because I do see his sub number actually growing better.
Yeah, it's hard to say. YouTube is one of those fickle things that you'll never understand.
That's true, yeah. Well, plus the fact that he doesn't use channel tags probably doesn't help. Like all my videos have channel tags, like all the different games, and then I'll have a tag for like Scyther solo run, Scyther speed run, Scyther gameplay, how to get Scyther. Why am I using dig on a Murkrow?
Because it's the smart thing to do.
Remill says, I think that the vitamin of the day is actually what made me subscribe. Thanks. I actually just thought of that like joke myself. I would just devote an entire section, kind of like, like a game show. They would have like maybe like some sort of like bonus game or something, and then there'd be like an announcer guy and a logo that pops up on screen for like round 3 of Wheel of Fortune or something. That's what my inspiration was for that. The weird thing on Scott's channel is that the highest videos are versus videos.
That's not weird.
I think that's just... No, it's not weird, actually. Because it's a unique kind of video, and it gets people really interested. And here's another thing. YouTube counts the views separately if you watch a video, leave, and come back later. So I think that also contributes. People watching it in 4 separate parts. So one person counts as 4 views. I think it's also a lot of that. The daily double. All right, I'm gonna need to teach dynamic punch.
You don't need that.
Shut up.
You're not that far. You gotta do some training. You're too underleveled.
Maybe I was at Faulkner, but not here. Should you and Steve do versus videos? John, I've done a lot of versus videos. Steve did them like, well, to be
They
fair,
were my
they were
best
like 2 years
videos.
ago. You probably don't remember them. But John, I'm sure you were there for them. In 2023, I believe, the whole entirety of December was nothing but versus videos. In fact, that was the last time I ever did them. Just because they were just way too much work. With the way I edited stuff back then, one versus video was the equivalent work of 3 separate videos, even if it was only 2 Pokemon, if that makes sense.
The versus videos, they got so many more views, but they also burnt me out so much faster.
Exactly. I think the versus videos in that
Having
December marathon probably what caused me to get burned out.
having to think, where do I cut from what Pokemon to another? What do I point out? When do I show the splits? When, like, how do I hide the time so it doesn't look like one of them is winning a lot faster than the other? Like, it's just so much to think about. What do I do if one of them is not? It's not even a close race, like Muck and Weezing.
Well, Steve, I think you also did multiple playthroughs.
Yeah, that was another thing too.
I think the way I do the videos now, where I do 2 a week, but the 2 videos in that 1 week are the same game. It's usually 2 similar Pokemon. That kind of takes the substitute of a versus video, like how like last week I played the same game, which was Omega Ruby, but one was with Sableye and one was with Mawile because they're version exclusives. So that was kind of my replacement for them. They're just 2 separate videos, but I still referenced the previous one. Pokemon Conquest Part 1's your highest view video. John, that was a 72-hour speedrun of a Pokemon game that no one has ever attempted to complete from start to finish. So
you know how many times people have watched it from beginning to end, though? Those people carried.
Beginning to end, dude, it was a 19-part speedrun.
But imagine if even 10 people watched it from beginning to end. How many like watch hours that is?
John, don't mention the Johto Beast versus video I made. That video is pure garbage. I wish I had deleted it from YouTube. That was the old solo runs I did. The ones where I allowed items in battle because I treated them like actual speed runs, not like solo runs. I hate that those videos actually succeeded. I didn't even gain many subs from them. Like, they just randomly spiked because of that Scott's Thoughts shoutout during the Porygon race. And they were just really bad content. Like, part of me really regrets that I didn't try to prepare, like, good quality content before the first shoutout, because I think my growth could have been so much better. But that was, like, 2 years ago. Like, we all make mistakes. Like, I remember Scott said, I'm sure Steve mentioned this, but I remember Scott once told us that one of his big mistakes with doing content making was jumping generations way too soon. Like, he should have stuck to the yellow version for a lot longer to build up the consistency, and then once you have the base will just watch anything. But you gotta at least build the base first. Oh, the Weedle videos were actually awesome. Like, that was a really unique idea. Backporting a Weedle with new moves. Like, that was a really good idea. Plus, it helped that that red and blue modern Weedle video was uploaded on April 20th. I did that on purpose because I thought it would make search results high, and it actually did. Nice. Sadly, the crystal one didn't do as good. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw my community post, but the channel did just hit 2,000 subs today. So I'm going to be making a 2,000 sub special solo run video. It's also going to be a Q&A. So if any of you have any questions you want me to answer, go to my community tab where I show off the 2,000 subscriber number and leave the question there. I need to still think of a solo run. It's going to be something good. Really good. Modern Magikarp? I don't want to. I don't want to keep milking the same cow.
I think you would want to actually pick something easy, so that way people aren't focused on the run, they're more focused on the questions, like what Scott did with Celebi.
That's a good point. I mean, my 1000 sub special from like 2 years ago was Electivire, because people chose that in a poll, but the video didn't do well because it's Electivire. I don't know. I still need to brainstorm. I was thinking of having it be like a live stream of some sorts, but I want it to be a video that gets views. I don't want it to be something too different. I want it to be a solo run related thing, because I want it to be like the topic of main focus for the channel. Like the other like actual series of games you see me do on the channel, there's a reason I only do those as live streams. If I made videos out of those, the channel would die. So those are only ever live streams, because live streams do not tank normal videos performances. They're on separate algorithms. Well, I am running really low on PP right now.
Oh, did you not pick up all 4 PP ups?
You mean the ethers?
Yes.
I used them all already, but I don't have return yet because I'm getting it after the rockets here.
That might be your problem.
All right, I got the max ether.
You might be two-shotting stuff.
I also saw the post on Discord. Oh yeah, Steve, I took the screenshot when I hit 2,000 subs, and then I checked it again, and it was back at 1999. But hey, I have the screenshot.
I wonder if you did that. You posted it to somebody, and then they unsubbed you on purpose to get it back to 1999. I can see someone trolling you like that.
Funnily enough, it being at 1999 was driving me nuts, because it was at 1999 like last night, and I remember I woke up the next day, I'm like, oh, did I hit 2K? Not yet. I check in another 3 hours, still 1999. I check in another 3 hours, it's still 1999. I'm like, oh, come on, someone please sub, it's one away. It's one more. How well do the Charizard videos do? Honestly, not as good as you'd think. Honestly, I think Weedle might be the new Charizard. I'm not gonna lie.
People love the Weedle. We don't know why. We don't question it, but they love the Weedle.
Oh, but Annie, even though live streams don't affect performance of videos, if you stop doing videos but only do live streams of unrelated things, people will unsubscribe. And YouTube does see that negatively. If like in a month you have a net negative, it will see that and not recommend your channel as much. That's why when I did the streams for 7 months, since like the Weedle Crystal video, they were only ever solo runs. Just for that reason. I couldn't just like stream just random games, whatever I wanted. That would cause people to unsub.
How many accidental non-spinners have you battled this run?
Quite a few, I'd say.
I battled 2 by...
I've given up on trying to gain success on YouTube. It's just not some feasible for some like Shadow Stitch. I don't want to hear that from people. It literally took me like 4 years with this channel to get 100 subs. I don't want to hear it. You just gotta put the work in and just hope for the best. You gotta treat it like a business plan. Getting lucky is not a business strategy. Like, you gotta think like, what kind of topics do people look up? What other people are doing it? See what they're doing and see what you can learn from it.
You have to pick something that people want to watch for starters. Then you have to put out some quality content. It can't be just something you just did on a whim like JD Nerdverse. And then you have to be consistent. Dude. I'm sorry, but if somebody has, like JD Nerdverse has not figured it out after a year, that using a whole bunch of uhs and I'm pretty sure's and let's see, like, and we're talking edited content. Obviously, live content's a little different, but that like, and then just straight up, like, he just talks like he would in a, like we're doing right now, but in an edited video. I've seen him straight up be like, I'm gonna use this attack, and then he's like, oh, I guess I didn't. I've seen him do that so many times. He just watches the video and commentates over it, and then he releases it.
Here's one thing I will give credit to J-Rose for. I'm pretty sure that's how J-Rose scripts his content, and he's honestly perfected the skill of making live commentary seem scripted and acting surprised, even though he knows what's happening.
Eddie,
Like,
the reason
he's
why
the only one who truly gets away with it.
the reason why you haven't heard of him is he's got like 100 subs and he's done like half of the Pokemon in the game already.
Aren't you worried he's gonna watch the stream and hear you say that?
I don't think I think just like J-Rose, he doesn't watch other people's content either. Otherwise, his content would be better.
You keep laughing about that.
Can you imagine being a person and not like and watching other people's content and like, oh man, I guess I shouldn't do that. Oh
Yeah, consistency is absolutely important. Plus, I remember something that Scott told us. Like before you even launch the channel at all, have around like 5 to 7 pre-edited videos of like different styles, different thumbnails. Have them all ready and just upload them all at once.
I wonder
See
if
what people like.
I've heard that advice in the exact same channel. I'm curious if Scott also learned it from Pokemon or not Pokemon, from Game Theory, the very big channel. He's launched 4 total channels, and that's his advice is to do exactly 5. No, it's 4. Unless you count the live one.
Don't the theorist be, I know the guy who ran like Game Theory doesn't own the channels anymore, or he's not the host.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
they
pretty
have,
sure
like,
he's still part
other
owner. He's
videos?
just a minority owner now. He just doesn't talk.
Oh,
I
what I was
think
saying
he's kind of made himself more of an editor than the front man.
Well, what I was saying is I'm pretty sure they have more, because I remember there was a channel called Fashion Theory with that same
Yes,
logo.
that's the 4th one. The 5th one
Oh.
would be the GT Live, which is not part of the 4.
Oh. What are the 4 then? Game Theory,
film theory, food theory, fashion theory.
Oh, I could have swore there were more than.
And then there's the GT Live. Have you played Gen 4 Platinum? If you do, did you like it? I have only ever played BDSP as far as Gen 4 is concerned, and I did like BDSP. Do I think I
remember Dratini this time, guys?
I don't know if I could speedrun it though, because I don't know the story, so that would be pretty hard.
Well, plus there's no speed up on the Switch. Like, I don't think the vids I'm making now are bad or anything. I'm just gonna keep doing things as consistent as I can. Shadow, I know I've mentioned this before, but I know it's just your first few videos and you're just learning, but you should at least try to learn the basics of video editing and thumbnails. Because your first 3 videos are just your commentary runs like mine used to be. Like when I tried to start doing the solo runs, and I hated that those videos actually got tons of views. I remember the Charmander one, which is still up on the channel, has like 1,000 views, even though it's just live commentary over the run, and the run itself is bad. I hated the fact that video succeeded. Like, I wish I can delete it, but I think you should still at least make an effort to learn. Because the reason most people will try to grow but fail is because they'll do the same thing, something isn't working, but they won't try to improve. They'll just keep doing it and wonder why it's not working. It's like you keep throwing a rock at the wall, and you're wondering why, like, the rock keeps breaking the wall. And you think, like, oh, maybe it's the way I'm throwing the rock. That may be a bad example, but I know the right saying. It's like flicking at a wall and see what sticks. But you got Psyduck. Hey, MVF. At least I made an effort to remember the Dratini, even though I had Psyduck. At least give me some credit.
I had a Psyduck. I got an accidental Psyduck in the
park. National
east
Park?
east of the park. When I was picking up Rollout.
I got that there too. Well, yeah, those first 3 I made before that. The Electros will be edited down a lot more though. Well, I will watch it when you upload, and I'll try to listen to it. I tried to listen to the Samurott one earlier, but no offense, like, just live commentary that's not a live stream, I just couldn't listen to it for more than 20 minutes. It's not a you thing. It's just the structure of the video. But the Electros one, I'll definitely watch that.
That's how RBY Pokemon Challenges shifted his videos to a recorded, but like recording over it live. I wasn't a fan. Speed tried to do it with when he tried to revive his Yellow series, and I told him flat out that I hated it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You said it was just pure garbage.
Yes. At least if it were a live video, you'd be able to be like telling us what you were thinking in the moment. But because it's a recording, you just don't remember, and it's just not fluent.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. What you're describing sounds more like flicking stuff at a wall and flicking stuff that doesn't stick, doing the same thing and expecting shit to change. Okay, yeah, that's the actual saying. I just used a completely bad example. I'm not good at thinking of examples on the spot. It's not really my skill. I used Dynamic Punch on the Fortress, and it took 5 attempts to hit it.
Yeah, I stopped doing that on Fortress. I just started using Return.
Steve is great at pointing these things out. Well, Steve used to run, like, unlike me, he actually had a successful, like, Twitch channel and almost got partner. And I think Steve said he's ran other YouTube channels that made money before.
I've ran other, like, ventures. Like, I ran a Minecraft server that definitely made a lot of money in the past.
But yeah, Steve at least has more experience with this than I do, so that's why he pointed that stuff out.
I'm also a lot older,
Same
so it's
page
not that impressive.
Well, to be fair, like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I effed up on Bruno and got my first reset.
Forget the acid armors.
Got my second reset on Karen. Missed Dynamic Punch 4 times in a row.
That cross chop only did 40 damage. But it's easier to grow and have more interesting content with videos and streams. Exactly. Exactly. But well, like Steve said, he was involved with that other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a process. You just learn over time. The older you are,
Yeah.
the you start to learn what fails.
But yeah, like, there are basically a lot of people who try to start the smaller channels. They keep doing, like, the same thing that's never gonna work. And they just wonder, like, hey, I'm doing the same thing. It's not working. The algorithm must hate me. The algorithm doesn't have a bias towards certain channels. People often think, like, oh, it's biased to the big channels. That's not because of the algorithm. It's because of their subscriber base. Because they spend a lot of time building that base. And if the base always comes back and watches, the algorithm sees early on, like, hey, there's a lot of people early on who are interested in it. Let's recommend it to other people. That's why when I started the videos again for the first time in 7 months, normally, if it's the first time you've uploaded in 7 months, you would expect the content to perform horribly. But because I did the live streams, I slowly built up some consistent fans, the ones that showed up to every stream. And then as soon as I did the uploads, all you people went to go watch it, and that told the algorithm, hey, people are showing interest in it. That's the reason, like, the Platinum videos I uploaded recently are doing well. Apparently the Scyther videos, now my best performing video since Weedle. It's kind of insane. It's all because of the people who look at it early on.
Yeah, the first, like, 6 hours is key.
Yeah.
You
Well,
also
like,
used to
the first
upload your
24 hours.
videos, and I kid you not, I think I saw like 10 views in your first 6 hours. So that's also just a bad upload time. When you upload the video matters.
When was this?
I don't remember, but you've had multiple videos where in the first several hours you got basically no views, like 10.
Oh, I remember that. I remember when looking at my video analytics. You know, like, if you look at Studio through the mobile app, when you upload a video, it'll, like, show it, like, how it compared to, like, your top 10 videos at this point in time. And it'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
this video is performing 4th place out of your top 10 best. Like, I would always look at that, and at the very bottom in 10th place was always my Pokemon Red Blastoise video. that was actually my worst performing video of all time. But then for some reason it picked up and it has over 1,000 views now. But I remember in the first 3 days, that video only had 50 views. That video specifically did extremely horribly. Like, I don't know why.
But yeah, so YouTube has an analytics section, and when you have at least some releases under your belt, there is a section that tells you when your viewers are most active, and that's a good spot to kind of consider uploading your videos. And if it doesn't, like, if they don't perform very well, then it will adjust itself, and you'd be like, okay, well, next time I'll upload it the time it tells me that's better.
I only missed Mawile initially because I slept in. Well,
out of curiosity,
I have it as a...
Do you know what time Scott uploads his?
He usually uploads his videos at 1 p.m. EST.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I figured out from Rooster Teeth, but I wasn't entirely sure. That's also like the best time slot for shorts.
Yeah, Annie, you don't need to like watch it during the premiere. It's just like usually the part that most counts is usually the first like 2 days, basically. Like we've learned this from watching Squidgy, because Squidgy was able to grow his channel really freaking good compared to Steve and I. Like his growth just exploded, and we were both looking at what he did. And the key that Squidgy did is he uploaded consistently 2 videos a week, 3 days apart. Because videos tend to die within the first 3 days unless you get extremely lucky with the algorithm. So the fact he uploads a new video to keep his channel flowing, that's how he kept growing. And it was that reason why this channel got to 2,000 subs. Because at the start of the year, I believe I was at 1960, and I was at a rate of like maybe 1 sub a week or something. Because I had like no videos. But then I immediately started doing the 2 a week and the constant daily shorts. And it only took 15 days to get the 40 subs. Which was very fast. Oh, also, since I do the 2 videos a week now, all the shorts that I make for that video, I try to get all the shorts uploaded before the next video gets uploaded. I end up uploading shorts like 5 times a day. It's split up every 5 hours. I think my time, I have shorts up at 2 a.m., 7 a.m., noon, 5 p.m., and 10 at night. And all of them actually get the same number of consistent views. They're all around like 300 to 600.
So it's not as good as it used to be, where we used to get like 2,000 randomly.
Honestly, I don't know if it's because that maybe that's only a thing for like the smaller channels.
No, I'm saying they might have tweaked the way it works.
I think they have, yeah. Because the shorts always are, I mean, at least they're more consistent. It's not like 2,000, 100, 7, 3,000. At least it's not that.
And I don't know how in the world you are so far ahead, even though I was way ahead of you at the league. I was at least a whole trainer ahead.
I did stuff in a weird order. I've actually never been to Celadon yet.
Oh, okay.
I just realized for some reason, like, when I went to Kanto, I went to Lavender, right? And then I flew to Saffron. Normally, after that, I go to Celadon, but for some reason, I went and fought Sabrina right away, then up to Cerulean. It was kind of weird.
That is weird. I mean, I would understand.
I mean, I was too busy talking about, like, channel analytics and, like, how they work.
On the bright side, it's not like the Celadon thing is part of, like, correct pathing. It's just,
There really is no correct pathing in Kanto.
Well, I definitely disagree with the second half.
Hold on.
The Brock thing, I think, is technically yes, but well, I'm saying as far as like steps are concerned, if you flying to Celadon and going to Erica is the same amount of steps as just immediately going to Erica at the very beginning. It's the same amount of steps. However, I do think the pathing, you can save steps by pathing differently.
I will say, I think the one way you can path Kanto incorrectly, I don't know if Squidgy still does this, but I know at one point he changed up how he does the Kanto section. He quit doing Janine after Blaine, and he started doing Erica, right? and then he would go on Cycling Road and go straight on over to Fuchsia, and then he would do Sabrina.
Yeah, I don't think that's right at all.
No, it looked so wrong.
You just have to pretty much count how many actual steps you're walking that are like not in battle, and then that kind of gives you a good idea of saving time or not. It's actually a really easy exercise technically if you wanted to waste the time. How many steps are you just walking in Kanto, and then you just know if you're saving time or not based on how many steps you're walking.
Yeah.
But that Cycling Road is a lot of steps to not be battling anything. I mean,
Plus, for some reason, the bike is really slow on Cycling Road.
To be fair, the Blaine part is also like there's a lot of steps between Pallet and Blaine, but again, you still have to do those steps regardless, no matter what.
Yeah, because you need Kanto on the map, or Pallet Town on the map, so you can fly to it.
Right.
Also, my videos actually kind of have a weird thing going on with the click-through rate. I asked people in the content creator Discord what their click-through rates usually look like. Scott said that his around the first few days is around 8 to 11%, and then it craters to 6%. And I'm thinking that is not what mine look like at all, because
yeah, but
for some reason
so many more people clicking on them. Okay,
that's true. Yeah,
those are the subscribers clicking on them.
well, the fact he said it flattens at 6.
But I mean, for instance, if you probably looked at one of these video click-through rates, I bet you the very beginning is really high because that's all our subscribers with the bell icon. They're not clicking on the video because the video is being shown to them by YouTube. They're clicking on the video because the video has been notified by them.
No, well, my click-through rate's actually not like that. There's a reason I said mine's weird. In the first day but the last 5 videos, my click-through rate in the first day was 0.7%, and then after 3 days, it rises to 2%. It starts off, the click-through rate starts off bad, but then goes up. It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder. I remember RBY was answering my question about click-through rate. I'm thinking maybe YouTube is recommending my video immediately. The subscribers haven't even watched it yet, and it's already recommending them, and people just aren't clicking them. And then once the subscribers actually watch it, the click-through rate goes up. But I don't know. It's quite strange.
How in the world you broke already? I feel like my Kanto is going really good right now, and somehow you were just way ahead.
You don't want to trust my Kanto pathing. I've been so distracted talking. I just realized I never fought Surge.
Okay.
So yeah, you may not want to pay attention.
I just had a big waste of time battling Surge. I used Dig, and boy, do those... I really should have just used Return. He got a lot of double teams in and made it so much worse than it should have been.
Right. The Electrode did that same thing the first run.
Yeah, last time I think I just used Return and I didn't have any problems.
Oh, I mentioned my Scyther video earlier. I think Scyther is on track to be my best performing video since the Weedle video. I don't think it'll beat the Weedle videos just because of how unique they were, but so far the videos are around 700 views. The click-through rate's over 2% right now, and the impressions are around 23,000. And my other videos are 15,000. It honestly makes me wonder if for my next few videos, I should consider a thumbnail redesign. Because I'm thinking maybe people just don't like the basic look of the thumbnail.
I don't know. I think one of the good decisions I made was that Scott invited somebody into the group chat that designs Discord or designs thumbnails, and he added a lot of elements to the thumbnail that I honestly was incapable of thinking of because I'm not that creative of a person. So I think paying the guy to make the thumbnail was a really good idea, and then paying him double to give me the Photoshop file was actually a good idea.
Did you offer to pay double for it, or did he ask double?
I mean, I asked how much it would cost for the Photoshop, and then he quoted me at double.
Oh. I've tried to get a thumbnail design for him for that yellow randomizer race, and he never got back to me after like 5 days.
Did you like follow up?
Yeah, I did, and he never responded. I
Interesting.
don't think I've ever seen the guy online. Oh my god, you stupid Electrode. How is Electrode the hardest Pokemon in this whole region? Just doesn't want to die.
Why did the Light Years
yeah,
Junior trainer get rid of his other Pokemon?
It's because he realized Doug Trio is bad. Because it's got like low HP and like no coverage. I mean, he's got a Sand Slash with only Slash. That's good coverage. I should really consider like talking to a thumbnail artist and have him design like a couple of thumbnails for me and experiment with them. He has the one thing you don't, speed. Very funny. How many resets you at?
3.
1. My one reset was just Faulkner.
We're at the exact same spot, but I taught rest right now.
I did too.
Oh. The under will definitely be pretty hard to hit. Does Earthquake do like double damage if you're underground?
Yes.
Yeah, that explains that. I was like, Earthquake should not have done so much damage. Yeah, Shadow, I am not creatively given. I can't make stick figures right.
Yeah, he can't. There's this one Jackbox game we play sometimes where you have to like draw like some sort of object. I don't know what the game's called, but Steve he's bad at stick figures.
I am more of a vision. I'm a lot more creative when it comes to like visionary creating, but like artistically creating, I'm terrible. Like if it, like for instance, you know, like a versus video, I could figure out the pacing and whatnot of that. But boy, you tell me to draw and I'm doomed.
Like, yeah, for example, Steve's overlay, he didn't like make the overlay. The whole thing was like his vision. Someone more creative had to like put it together.
Yeah, MBF was way more creative than I am. I did come up with a lot of ideas though.
Well, originally
like I said,
it was that other guy.
I said it looked flat, and I'm like, you know what? I went and I looked at, I can't remember whose video or who was, but I looked at somebody else's content, and I'm like, yes, we can do that. And what it was some sort of, I can't remember what it's called. Like depth. Can't remember what it's called though. But we added. No, it's like a layer that adds depth, and it just made all the cards look a lot more realistic. Like it just looks like
blur.
No, it's really hard to explain.
Hollow. I guess you'd have to show me exactly what
you can just
about.
You can like on all of the cards you can just see kind of like black and white like veiny lines. Really hard to explain, but it's there, and it adds like realism to it. Just hard to say. Oh, not like this, not like this. Come on, knockout Blastoise, knockout Blastoise. 103.26.
I'm actually kind of worried about this.
Oh, I didn't make the. Oh wait, I did make the under. I just didn't make the original under. Like, all right, look at my Kingambit card and look at the bottom. All right, you see under speed, there's a little black line, and then under special attack, there's another little black line. And then if you look over top of special defense, you can see tiny white little lines. That's like depth.
What's that?
They're just depth. I don't know how to explain
White
it, but
lines?
everything. Oh, look at the whole right side of the screen. Look at the whole right side of the screen. It looks like tree bark. That's the depth. It's the tree bark.
Texture?
Texture. Texture is probably what it is called.
104.12.
Hey, good time.
104.12.
That's a big improvement over the last one.
552. Okay, I will say I got 2 resets on red. The first reset was because the Charizard burned me, and the second reset was for some reason in this run, the Venusaur is outspeeding me now when before it wasn't. So I used a Rain Dance to make the Charizard's flamethrower weaker, and right before I knocked it out, he quickly used Sunny Day, which was annoying.
I wonder if Rain Dance is what made you lose, because you had to go out of the way to get it, didn't you? And you had to go way out of the way to teach it.
No, it's in the department store. It's not that long.
Yeah, but I didn't walk in the department store at all.
It was meant as a safety thing, because even if you live the flamethrower, I was really worried that the Espeon would try and kill me.
I accidentally screwed up and used return on the very first attack against the Pikachu, and lo and behold, it paralyzed me. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'm screwed. Now Venusaur, we're gonna have to set up on Venusaur. So I used all of my Swords Dances on Venusaur. Used Rest, or no, sorry, I couldn't use Rest. I was stupid.
Go ahead and update the leaderboard.
No. Okay, I think what happened is I woke up from rest. I used return, but the solar beam like got me down to like real low H. No, the Charizard got me down to like 3. Regardless, it was not a cookie cutter battle. I did not plan on everything. I really screwed the pooch by accidentally using return on Pikachu. By the way, leftovers got me from 3 to 20 for Espeon, and Espeon's Mud Slap got me down to 3 again, or something low, less 7, I think. So Espeon's Mud Slap did so little damage, but I had to use Rest, so I got hit by a lot of Mud Slaps.
All right, what level was I? I was level 69.
All right, let's see where this goes in the leaderboard. I was kind of right about the 103 thing. Just second run.
Honestly, the thing that really slowed this down was honestly lack of good moves early on.
Yes.
Like a lot of things were 2 shots.
I agree.
Plus, the fact that dark moves were special, it couldn't use its more powerful stab moves. It was like the whole Sneasel treatment. Well, not as bad as Sneasel, because at least Steel was a stab option, but how often did you use Metal Claw?
The problem is I used it so little in the second run or the first run that I got rid of it very early in the first run.
Me too.
Second.
All right, let's see where this sorts it on the leaderboard. With a time of 104.12, 15th place. It did worse than Blaziken, but better than Toxicroak and Metagross. Honestly, it makes sense that Metagross and Kingambit are paired, but the difference was Metagross was in the slow level up group, but if I remember correctly, Metagross had access to Hone Claws, which is way earlier, because this thing having Swords Dance level 64 was a big like stamp on its forehead saying, nope, you're not getting a good time. If this thing had like level 30 Swords Dance or something, we could probably have done like minimum battles almost the entire run. Like
Agreed.
It would have been a much better time.
Mine was 17th, which is basically right in the middle.
Yeah, mine's 15 out of 36. A little bit better than middle. Dang. I'm gonna deafen.
Yeah. That's... The company that it's in is really good, though. As you can see what I mentioned earlier about the legendary stats with the medium fast group, definitely put it in a tier above where it should be. You can see it's right here with a bunch of legendaries, which is pretty good. Even though its moves were not the greatest. Basically, when you have to spam return and it's not a stab return, the whole entire game, you know you're not in for the greatest run. The coverage was okay. It never got any of the punches, which I was disappointed, but I understand. It was an okay run. Anyways, I will talk to John after this run. We will set up the Pokemon Coliseum thing. and we could probably do it as early as next week. I have to look at what NFL games are on next week. I might not do it next week. Might have to do it after the Super Bowl, which would be February. But we'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank you guys for joining in on today's run. I appreciate it very much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.